All right, the holidays are right around the corner, and you know what that means. Feasting. But let's be real, it often comes with that side of feeling, bloated, stressed, totally exhausted. So in this explainer, we're going to figure out how to enjoy the whole holiday table without that dreaded post-feast crash. Let's get into it. Yeah, does this sound familiar to you? It's that feeling, right, after the big holiday meal. You're just wiped out, your stomach feels like a rock, and your stress levels are just through the roof. It's so common, and it's wild that a time meant for joy can leave us feeling so drained instead of refreshed. So, why does this happen every single year? It feels like this inevitable cycle, doesn't it? But what's actually going on inside our bodies that leads to this massive post holiday crash? And, the big question is, can we actually break the pattern? Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to break down why that crash even happens. Then we'll get into the good stuff, how to prepare, how to enjoy the meal itself, and how to reset afterwards. And stick around because we'll also talk about how to make this stuff work for you all year long. All right, first up, the post-holiday crash explained. Before we can fix a problem, we've got to understand it, right? So let's figure out what's really happening in our bodies that leaves us feeling so completely wiped out. So cause number one is the emotional load. And you might be surprised, but it's not just about the food. Think about it. Holiday gatherings, whether you're the host or you're traveling, they put your nervous system on high alert. This pushes you into what's called sympathetic dominance, which is just a fancy way of saying your fight or flight response is working overtime. And when that happens, your muscles get tight, your sleep is terrible, and your digestion just slows right down. And then, of course, you've got cause number two, digestion overload. This one's a bit more obvious. You take all that stress we just talked about, that fight or flight mode, and then you pile on a mountain of food? Well, that is a perfect recipe for digestive overload. Your system just literally can't keep up. And if you want some perspective on this, get this. On Thanksgiving, the average person eats 3 times their normal daily amount of food. Let that sink in. 3 times. No wonder our digestive systems just wave the white flag. That's where that heavy, sluggish, bloated feeling comes from. Okay, cause number 3 is one we totally forget about, hidden muscle tension. All those hours you spend cooking or cleaning or just stuck in a car, it creates this, holiday tension pattern. You know what I'm talking about, right? That tight neck, the stiff lower back, those heavy shoulders. You might not even notice it in the middle of all the chaos, but man, does it hit you like a ton of bricks the next morning. And finally, there's the fourth cause, the emotional dip. Our bodies are in this high-energy go-go-go mode for days, maybe weeks, and then, bam, it all just stops. That sudden shift from overdrive to neutral causes this huge hormonal and energy nosedive. It can leave you feeling completely drained, even if you had an amazing time. Okay, so now we get why the crash happens. So let's flip the script and talk about how to prevent it. That brings us to section 2, prepare for the feast. Because really, the best strategy starts way before you even sit down at the table. Seriously, a little prep work can make a huge difference. First rule, do not skip breakfast. Showing up to a feast absolutely starving is just asking for trouble, right? You're way more likely to overeat. So have a normal, balanced breakfast. Oh, and another great tip, start the day with some kind of movement. Even a quick walk gets your metabolism going and just sets a really positive tone for the day. All right, now for the main event itself. And let me be super clear here. This is not about restriction. It's not about feeling deprived or guilty. The whole goal is to find that happy middle ground where you can totally enjoy the traditions and the food you love while also making some mindful, intentional choices. Here's a great little hack for you. When you get to the buffet, before you grab anything, just picture your plate divided up like this. Try to fill half of it with non-starchy veggies, like green beans, salad, broccoli. Then fill a quarter with lean protein, like turkey. And that last quarter, that's for your absolute favorites. The stuffing, the mashed potatoes, the good stuff. It's such a simple way to keep portions in check without having to think about calories at all. And hey, let's talk dessert. Even small choices here can make a pretty big difference. Check this out. A slice of pecan pie can have almost double the calories of a slice of pumpkin pie. Now, the point isn't to say one is good and one is bad, not at all. It's just about being aware so you can make a choice that you feel good about. And whatever dessert you end up choosing, you have got to try this trick. It's called the 3-bite rule. Think about it. That first bite, it's the absolute best, the most delicious, the most satisfying. The second bite is still pretty great. The third is
Good. But after that, honestly, you're usually just chasing the memory of that first amazing bite. This way, you get to savor the absolute best part without going overboard.
Okay, but let's be realistic. What happens if, despite all your best intentions, you still end up feeling stuffed and just overwhelmed? First of all, don't worry, it happens. The key is knowing a few simple tricks to help your body reset and recover, and fast. So if you're feeling that post-meal discomfort, here's your quick recovery plan. First, just 2 minutes of deep, slow breathing. This actually helps switch your body into rest and digest mode. A little gentle heat on your abdomen, like a warm compress, can also feel amazing. And I know it's tempting, but instead of collapsing on the couch, try going for a slow, easy walk. And finally, shift your focus to the people around you and send those leftovers home with your guests. It's a great way to signal to your brain and your body that the feast is officially over. But what if you need something more? A deeper reset. Sometimes, especially after a few days of holiday mode, your body just feels heavy, tense, and completely out of rhythm. For that, you might want to consider a really powerful tool that can help restore your body's natural balance: acupuncture. Now, if you've never tried it, don't worry. Acupuncture is a practice from traditional Chinese medicine, and it involves using these incredibly thin needles, seriously, they're tiny, at very specific points on the body. The whole idea is to stimulate these spots to help restore balance and get your body's energy flowing properly again. It's all about helping your internal systems get back on track. So how does this actually help you recover? Well, you can basically think of it as a giant reset button for your body. Remember all that stuff we talked about at the beginning? That fight or flight stress, the digestive overload, the muscle tension? Acupuncture can help with all of it. It calms your nervous system, it helps relieve that physical tension, and it really aids your digestion. It's an amazing way to tackle the root causes of that post-holiday crash. And that brings us to our final and maybe most important section, taking all of this beyond just the holidays. Because let's face it, the real goal isn't just to survive one big meal. It's about building habits that help you feel great all year round. I absolutely love this quote. It's such a great reminder that being healthy is about so much more than just calories or nutrients. It's about nourishing our souls. Food is about culture and tradition and connecting with people we love and allowing yourself that joy. That's a huge part of having a truly healthy relationship with food. And that's really the big takeaway. We need to treat wellness not as some quick fix, but as a consistent practice of self-care. All these things we talked about, mindful eating, movement, even tools like acupuncture, they're tools for your toolkit, all year round to help you build a life that really supports your well-being. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. It doesn't have to be some huge, life-altering change. What's one small step you can take today to prioritize your own well-being? Just one small thing. Thanks for joining me for this, and I truly hope you have a happy and a healthy holiday season.